now we're coming to questions and answers, and we have the opportunity to do that right here, right now. So we can start from the questions that were asked in the morning. And first questions were asked by people from Colombia, and they asked Dr. Kortkov for reference of the disk that was used for structuring the water and food in the presentation, and if it's possible to share the link or some kind of name. Dr. Kortkov, can you do that?
Yes, of course. It's available, and this is done by QNet company, QNET. And we did a lot of experiments with these disks because they had several stages of development of this disk. And I had to prove this in the court because they were accused of being shit and nonsense. And with all our research, we were able to prove that it's really efficient. And this disk, it's glass, but glass with embedded rare elements. So this glass operates like a laser, because laser glass, those are the basis of very important part of our technology. They are based on glasses with embedded rare elements that operate when they have light coming to this glass. So same with this disk. When light, sunlight or external light come to this disk, it emits some frequency. And this frequency really affects water, and this water really affects our physiology. So it was proven in our universities, medical university, with, as you've seen in my presentation, big study. So you can find this disk on internet, and the latest modality of this disk, this is the most efficient.
Okay, thank you very much. And another question was, have you ever measured the magnetic field energy of people on alkaline diets versus acidic diets?
You see, we've been measuring, of course, people who are having different type of life, who are having different type of diets. And we see that if people follow some line that they like, if they have positive intentions, and if they feel that it's really positive for them, then we have good results. With biofield, it's very easy to see this. Of course, we didn't make, I would say, clinical study to compare people having this diet versus people who don't have this diet. But you know that in my book, it is presented that idea that gastrointestinal tract, it's one of the key element of life, not just health, but life. So if you can balance your gastrointestinal tract, if you can feed your microbiome with what your bacteria is like, then it's one of the most important bases of physical health. And plus, if you have positive intention, as we have seen in this brilliant presentation by Lynn McTaggart, then it's a good chance for you to be healthy. And to my mind, it's not so important which type of diet you are using. It is important that this type would be beneficial for yourself. And everybody, depending on your own situation, need to find out what's the best. Because there are so many factors. It's impossible to have one and the same diet for everybody. Impossible. This is total nonsense. We all are different, and we all need some attenuation in what we are doing in life and what we eat. Okay.
So there was a question to Dr. Neto. What is, in your opinion, the best strategy to establish adaptability with the world? I'll change minds or change personal energy, or what is your opinion?
Okay. Hello. In my opinion, in my case, for example, meditation was very important to change my mindset. Vipassana is a very, very impressive tool to do it, because change the old habit of our mind that have to decide what is good sensation, what is bad sensation, and the cascade of events happen about this. Then changing the mindset, our body, our mind become totally different, and the mind, equanimity mind, could keep the balance of our body, of our mind, and the other things is only reflex about this.
Thank you very much, Neto. And another question. Well, we all have seen your results during the pandemic times. So, and well, most of the people, they lose their health during that time, but you have shown us on real examples with real, diagrams and pictures that you have made it better. So tell us a little bit, how did you come up with this?
Okay, it's very, very curious, because how I said before, in my case, I work a lot of 12 hours in my dental clinic, and after in computer all days, and a lot of things to do. But after pandemic, I'm in my home with my family. Then I work only with the emergency patients, only emergency attends. Then the other hours of my day, I have been with my things in my home, with my family, taking a son, cleaning my things and prepare classes, and sleep more early and sleep more, and take vitamins and take a good food, chewing slowly. Then all things better for me. And I don't worry about virus, because I think that our balance and our mind, heart mind, is very, very more important than the external cause. That's all.
Okay, thank you very much, Neto. Thank you very much. There's a question to Ana Maria. What is your protocol, a suggestion of the protocol to attend patients when you use the Biowell device? You can turn on the sound now, Dr. Anna.
Now?
Yes.
Okay, so, well, the protocol is something that we learn when we do the training. And so what I do is that I receive the person and I let the person be in like 10 minutes, more or less, adapting. Normally, I make that they fill a form about the previous things that they can have. And this lets some time for the patient so as they can get in a normal state, in not very like anxious or excited. So it makes them calm. And of course, I warn them not to wash the hands before the measurement. And then I do the measurement without the filter and with the filter. And at the same time, I always ask many questions about how are you doing, what are your expectations, and filling a history form to know what is happening in this person. And then I start explaining what I see in the images and start, for me, the images is like a starting point to get a thread and start talking about something and double checking with the person and having this therapeutical conversation that is not only just giving you information, but also getting information from you. So it depends on the way that I'm using that, because sometimes I spend the whole time just reading the images. Sometimes I just use that to confirm a before and after a treatment, or sometimes I can use that in a very, very different ways. It depends on the situation. But for me, the important thing is that the person the hands are not just washed, and that the person is also a little bit quiet, is a little bit relaxed. So I always let them, normally while they are filling the form, there is enough time so as they get rested and they are relaxed. And if I see that the information is quite strange, so I just wait a little bit and take a second measurement to just double check that the person is like this at this moment, or it's just that it has been an artifact from the measurement. So this is more or less what I do.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was a very good lecture by you, historic ones with good insights.
Thank you. It is true that I enjoy a lot this kind of historical presentation, because it's not science, like pure science as sometimes we do, but I think it's beautiful when science also helps us to answer these big questions about who are we and how can we live fuller lives. So I enjoy doing that a lot. Thank you.
Thank you. So we have several questions to Dr. Vayekov. People are asking for your recipes. For the recipe, what is the proportional quantity of baking soda to 1 liter of water, and in which frequency of it we can have it? Like, I think how many times a day we can drink it. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Yeah, wait. We need to turn on your sound. Please turn on the sound.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you hear me?
Yes.
First, I would like to say that I was deeply impressed by this today's conference, and especially by the last lecture. So I am looking for good intentions from all the people who are here, and will feel better. Now, first I ask the particular question, what to do with oh, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Now, very recently, when we had all these problems with these coronaviruses and fear of lung diseases and so on, we, together with my relatives, we begin to breathe, to inhalate the very hot water, to which to 1 liter, about 1 big spoon of baking soda was added. And you just inhale this vapor for about 10-15 minutes. You can just put this boiled water in a tea, just boil it, and then inhale this vapor, or you can put it into a thermos and with big outlet and also breathe it. So in fact, we had couple of me and my wife, we had a couple of incidents with storing throat, and within 1-2 days, everything disappeared. So that is a very simple and very good way to get rid of all these minor, I would say, minor problems with your throat, with your breathing, with diseases of this kind. In fact, when you breathe this carbon dioxide, which is evaporated from water, together, of course, in vapor, you also have bicarbonate. That already affects immediately your lungs. And immediately in your lungs, there is increase in blood flow. Blood becomes much more active. And I think this is a very general thing which helps you to get rid of diseases having to do with your respiration. But in general, I would like to suggest you, I don't know if I managed to put into the chat the recipes which are suggested by Dr. Mark Circus, who is an expert in treating with bicarbonate. He collected a tremendous quantity of literature showing that bicarbonate aqueous solutions really heal tremendous quantity of different diseases. So there is Mark Circus, probably again put his name into chat, and I suggest, I really advise to go to his website and read a lot of different recipes. In general, somebody asked Konstantin about food, alkaline or acid food. I wanted also to join this discussion from such a point of view. Some time ago, about several months ago, I had a heart attack. And after this heart attack, I had to go to a hospital and met there a very advanced surgeon, heart surgeon, who told me how to get rid of high blood pressure and also atherosclerosis. To get rid of these things, usually people stabilize. Just general medicine says that it stabilizes the high blood pressure and the contents of cholesterol in your blood. But in fact, he told me that it is not very difficult to decrease all these parameters. And the recipe is to get rid of eating meat. So to become a vegetarian. In fact, I was in my life was dealing a lot with the problems of nutrition, but never thought about the difference between the meat diet which contains meat, and diet which is deficient in meat, or like vegans, which they do not eat anything which is meaty. And this man, he told me, and he gave me also information that really there is a lot of data in the literature, which is what mostly surprised me, that really there is a lot of data in a very authoritative, peer-reviewed papers and so on about a decrease in cholesterol and bad cholesterol, especially contents in your blood, if you switch off from ordinary, now they call it Western diet, to vegetarian or even vegan diet. So now I'm living for about 3 months without meat, and I'm not suffering at all. I feel much better. But I was thinking, why? What is the difference? For example, of course, you also take the problem is not only of eating too much fat. The problem turned out that if you are eating a lot of meat proteins, the animal proteins, it is much worse than when you eat the plant proteins. So I'm a biochemist, and I was thinking, what's the difference between proteins of soya, for example, and proteins of chicken. Both those and those, they consist of amino acids, and you digest these proteins and they convert into amino acids and they feed your body and so on. And when I begin to think about the impressive results of first Campbell, and also, I don't know if you know this name, Dean Ornish. These two guys made tremendous studies of effect of diet, both on particular people, on animals. There was a lot of experimental work and also a lot of epidemiological work. And they really proved that in the just people grown-up people should better get rid of meat. The question is why. And so my plausible answer to this question is, when you eat plant food, what you get with this plant food? You get a lot of what we call antioxidants. Practically, we don't think about this. Practically, we don't have antioxidants in meat food. When I was talking about water burning and bicarbonate as catalysts of water burning, in fact, we get energy from the intermediate products of this burning, the appearance of reactive oxygen species, which have to combine with each other, and in their reactions of a combination, this energy is released. If we have antioxidants, these antioxidants, they facilitate, unlike what's usually written in textbooks, they facilitate these reactions. They intensify water burning. These what we call antioxidants, and the major one of them is vitamin C. There is no vitamin C, of course, in meat food, but there is a lot of vitamin C in plant food. Now, what about proteins? It appeared very, very recently that all the proteins, first, of course, they are split into peptides. And peptides from plant proteins, they also have antioxidant properties. While peptides from meat proteins, they kill antioxidants in our body. So when we are eating a lot of meat, then we somehow hamper, then there is a deficiency in our respirations and gain of this very rich energy which we get from water burning.
Okay, Dr. Biochemical, I think that we will ask you to give a lecture on this topic next year.
Okay, and I'm just coming to the end. And I think that when, and there is a lot of examples in human history, then when people were eating too much meat, and especially in recent history, they felt worse and worse. When we switched to vegetarian diet, they began to feel better and better. I don't know if Konstantin will agree with me, but now I believe in this very, very much. And I have scientific explanation of this.
Excellent. I think that the scientific explanation, specifically from biochemical point of view, is very interesting one. And I'm not joking. I'm talking seriously that it's going to be interesting to listen to from the side, not of nutritionists or some other people who are protecting animals, etc., but from the biochemical point of view. So I think that next year we will ask you to do this kind of presentation. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So one of the people are asking, Tiffany Barsotti, if there's any way of getting your slides of the presentation.
Well, my presentation will be, I suppose,
no. Dr. Biochemical, it's for Tiffany Barsotti.
Hello.
Tiffany.
Yeah, hello everyone. Fantastic. I'm happy to share my slides. I believe they're part of this, aren't they?
Well, I think people are asking for a PPT slide or something like the I don't know if you are ready to share
I can share, yes, I can
like
send my presentation to you, and it will be, you can put it on the website.
Yes, okay, deal. Tiffany, are you ready to share the PDF that we already have? You already sent it, so we will then post it also together with your video.
I'm fine with the PDF. I feel less fine with the PowerPoint.
Okay, so we will share the PDFs only. Okay.
And if somebody wants to message me in particular about their use or something, I'm happy to share those details. Unfortunately, I've been misquoted by people who have used some of my work, so I have some just being cautious.
Okay. So there is a question to Lynn McTaggart. If she is online now, I cannot see.
I'm afraid not, because
No, she's not.
she has a family meeting just by that time in London.
Ah, okay.
So we can send her this question and maybe she will be able.
Yeah, people are asking if it's possible to create a group intention for the time of the pandemic on specifically pandemic topic.
Intentions always work, regardless of what it is centered for, because I'm 100% sure that pandemic situation depends on your own attitude to what is going on. If you have positive intention, positive attitude, you are much more protected than people who have fear, who are afraid of everything, and who try to hide from life. It's impossible to hide from life, but it's possible to influence life by your positive intentions.
Okay, thank you very much. And there is one more question to Dr. Kortkov. What do you think? Is there any indication in Biowell for sensitive people who could be more prone for viral infections so they can take precautions? What do you think?
Sure, no doubts. We have 25 years of using GDV Bio, and we know if you have holes, breaks in your energy field, you are vulnerable, because your energy field is your protection shield. It's like a field around yourself, and I'm sure that everybody who's using this have experience agree with me that you have this shield protecting you from any outside attacks. And it doesn't matter, would it be virus, would it be bacteria, would it be some negative intentions from other people, then if you have strong energy field, you are protected. That is why with this new program, with this tracker program that I've shown, it would be possible to follow up your situation day by day. And I'm doing this for me last weeks and months, and it's really very interesting result. Very, very interesting result. I didn't expect that this situation would be so sensitive to follow up your situation. And I had several days when I wasn't so good, and it was immediately reflected by this program. So that's why I'm sure that in short time we'll present this program to all of you, and then you will be able to use it. So if you have strong energy field, if you have strong parameters, if you don't have breaks and holes, you are protected.
Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Kortkov, for this answer. And well, in fact, I'm just checking. Well, there were one more question about making these group intentions and measurements with Sputnik from for Lynn McTaggart, but I think that we'll just forward her this these questions, and as it is said already, it is possible to organize your own intention experiment as long as everything is described on Lynn McTaggart's website. So you're welcome to join her group and connect with her on Facebook. She has shared all the information, all her contact details in her presentation. All these presentations, once again, video recordings will be available soon, next week, on our YouTube channel, on Biowell Company's YouTube channel. So please watch it there once again and copy the names of the websites, etc. Okay, so so we don't have any more questions. Let me check.
But we are just in time. It's very good timing.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely, yes, absolutely, yes. So we have excellent day today. I can say that all the presentations were super good, super good. Each one has revealed some new aspect, and we have got some new information. As long as we will be sharing this on YouTube, all these videos, so don't worry, you can re-watch it as many times as you want. And well, for example, for Claudia, she had to give this speech only for 30 minutes, as long as we have like full program. Well, in her case, it will be even 1 hour presentation posted on YouTube, so it will be even more information. And I want to invite you to the tomorrow's part of the Congress, and it's gonna be, I think, same quality as today or even better. So those people who are, I can see some of the presenters who will be presenting tomorrow are already here with us, and they already see how high is the standard of the presentations today. So tomorrow they have the opportunity to keep the standard. Okay, so thank you everyone for participation. Thank you for coming, and we hope to continue this kind of work together with you and our collaboration. And all the best. Have a good evening, day, whatever time, at night, depending on the time zone you're in. All the best, and thank you all.